Hey, it's me. Look, the reason the rulers think that we don't care is because we're nice. They think it's a weakness. They think it's a weakness to care about others, to at least see that they can be fed and that they can be housed and, basic medical, and, food. And we had an American dream where we could work, build a home, grow, be with our neighbors, be with our families, friends. And none of us made the same amount of money. We just did the best we could. And that's cool. But it started falling away about 20, almost 30 years ago when the government allowed deregulation in media. That was the first breakup that was first deregulated industry, so they could control the sound and the vision that we get, so that they could program us to buy this, to buy that, and to do this and to do that, and to keep us down, just down enough with all the negative fucking shit they put on the news. I quit watching the news 40 years ago. But they deregulated it to allow corporations to buy more and have more and be in control of more. And that was the first downfall for the United States of America, because we allowed that to happen. Then it got harder and harder. We had to make a law to stop monopolies, but then they had to make adjustments for that. And it just got out of control. And now the elite, who are wanting to rule the world, and we wouldn't own anything, they would direct what we eat. They're going to control the food. They're going to control everything. Is that what you want? Do you think you'll have choices again? Oh, heavens to Betsy, no. Gates is lining up so he can just do manufacturing meat for us to eat. It's probably not even real, and it certainly won't have the benefits of a real cow or a real chicken, because they eat foods. They eat foods that help build them to be what they are. You can't clone it. It's got to be consumed, And we're not getting all our nutrients now because of all the chemicals. And I don't want them making my choices for us. And when we had choices, and we went with what quality we liked, not just the price, the quality. There'll be no more quality because they don't have to, And it's just a crying shame of what's coming if we don't stop it in the course of now. Now. Because right now is when we can stop it. We'll have to bring cottage industries back because they're destroying all the other industries. And they're systematically doing this so fucking quick, it's unreal. It'd make your head spin if you started looking. I used to drive around the whole state from Springfield down, the whole thing. And I'm telling you, you wouldn't believe all the little towns that are dying. All the little places, shit mom and pop places can't even afford to run a show no more. Everything's getting out of hand because they're doing it so that they can get rid of them. Well, what are we going to do with all these people? And so now they want to get rid of the older people because we have knowledge. We have knowledge from our parents, our grandparents, of the world wars, the depression and everything. We have enough knowledge to help get our families through this stuff right now. But they would rather see us croak somehow. So they're thinking, that's why they're making some of these changes to healthcare and everything. Because, some people, they just don't want to save them anymore. It's too costly. Sorry. Go ahead and die. Screw your ass. Anyway, what you got to do is learn how to help heal yourself and help heal each other. And a lot of it can be done with sound and frequency. That's what they're finding out now. But they aren't going to use it until they control everything. They aren't going to do that. Because they don't want us to be healthy and owning businesses and doing this and doing that. And we would gladly pay taxes because we appreciate having good highways. We appreciate having good parks to go play in and vacation in and walk around in. There's so many things that this country does for its people. And all of a sudden, everybody gets upset about a handful of immigrants. They were nothing compared. We had 4 million go out when Biden was in. When Obama was in, we had 7 million leave. There's an active department that takes care of that. It was always being done. This is nothing new that Trump is doing. Matter of fact, everything he says he's done was done before. None of it's new. The only thing that's new is how blatantly him and the oligarchs have ripped off the rest of our tax dollars and bankrupted us because they wanted this and they wanted that and they needed to do this and they needed to do that. And now they're killing our fucking country. And I'm talking about the ground. I'm talking about what feeds us, what feeds the critters, the creatures. With this false heat thing, that's coming from the data centers. And they're taking all our water. What the hell are we supposed to drink? All I'm saying is we can never allow all this to go in the hands of one group of people, which is like 12 families in the world. That's what they want. That's what this whole thing's about. And we better get smart and stand up and never let this happen. And then get some think tanks together real quick. There's some good ones out there. There's some really good people that I've met online that are awesome. We need these think tanks put together because they'll see exactly where all the problems came from and how this happened in the first place. But I'll tell you how it happened is because the presidents are never really hammered on anything because they're protected by the elite, and we need real people in the presidency. We need real people in the government. The people for the people. Not the elite, and not, because that's the corporate world, and not the corporate world. Now, there's small corporations. They're cool, and it's not like we don't listen to what they need or want, but we also demanded fair wages, living expense wages, the kind that, is a living wage, not bullshit. And most people with even a living wage, basic living wage, has to do another part-time job or another job. So, because we want to live. We don't want to just exist. We want to live. We want to travel. We want to buy neat gifts for our families. We want to do all kinds of cool stuff. And we can't do it when we're being hammered down all the time. And now they're trying to take everything away. And it's up to us to stop this. What are our children, and then our children's children, and our children's 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 going to do if we don't straighten this out now? Anyway, make sure you get out and vote. But for God's sake, start doing some of the history and get away from the propaganda because it's all bullshit.